Have you heard of the ancient Keyblade War?
Okay, real quick, let me say this before I get started. Um, yeah, I want to do like an analysis type thing on this because I've been watching and I just want to really talk about everything I've seen in it, along with some other things that people have picked up on. And yeah,
Yeah, the Master's favorite story. So,
well,
you
actually,
know
the
the
only
Lost
thing
Masters.
that I've heard of that people have been talking about are these chess pieces and how they have the symbols of characters from the series on them. That's about all that I've picked up from people because I haven't been looking to see because I want to form my own
Have
opinion.
you heard of the ancient Keyblade War? Yeah, the Master's favorite story.
Also, I'm doing this on my PS3
So,
because it's easier that
you
way.
know the Lost Masters. They're the ones who started the Keyblade War.
You want to see? Frick. It's kind of hard to see from here. I wish I could zoom in from this. But that piece under freaking Ericus's hand, I believe that's the one that looks like Axel's charm or whatnot. And you have the one all the way to the right, which is Riku. And most of these you can't see from here, so you can see them later. But you can take an kind of okay look at them from here because you see Sora's crown and Mickey's freaking head, which is whatever. Anyway, the thing that I found most interesting is the double. Like right there in between Cyax's and frick, I cannot tell what this is next to it. I think that's Vanitas's symbol. But the two that are identical right there next to each other. What I thought from this was that one of them was, of course, the Ansem, well, Xehanort's Heartless. And the other one I assumed was from when Terra was taken over by Xehanort. I mean, because those are the only two that had that freaking Guardian thingamabobber. I can't think of the name of that thing right now. But anyway, they were only two who had it, so I'm assuming that's why you have a double piece like that.
Never heard of them. You can drop the facade.
Also, here's the thing. I think that Ericus is not the nice guy that people paint him as. You know what I'm saying? Because the way Xehanort says that, it seems like he knows that Ericus is hiding stuff and he's probably not that trustworthy of a guy. And this coming from Xehanort, right? Personally, I don't think Xehanort's a completely bad guy
Never heard of them.
from the way he talks.
You can drop the facade.
See, that's what I mean. And there you see Sora just... It's almost like in Kingdom Hearts 2 when you are running in Twilight Town behind a train and you hit triangle to bounce up. Goodness, I wish I had footage of that right now. I don't, though. That's what that reminds me of there, except without a reaction command. Because you had to have a reaction command to do that in
You can drop the facade.
Kingdom Hearts 2. See? That bounce. That's what it reminds me of. But anyway, moving on. New Heartless. They're all water type Heartless, which is actually quite interesting. Also, interesting how he bounces from here to there. And I don't know if that'll be like just regular walking. Do you have to hit a button or what? It might be to where you just walk and do it, but there could be an option to fall in the water instead. Who knows? We don't have that much on it. Also, give me a second. What I want to look at is between where he first jumped up on the rock and here, he has a different Keyblade. which I find interesting because all he's doing here is fire attacks. So I'm wondering, do the Keyblades have elements? Or when you use an element, does that Keyblade specifically change? Because see, he has the other one now. And with each Keyblade he's had, it's done something different. He hasn't done the same thing with any Keyblade. Also, if you pay close attention, all of this takes place in a world that'll probably be Hercules' world. So, I don't know what I would call it, because it's going to be Olympus something. It's not the Colosseum, though, obviously. But maybe it'll be Mount Olympus. But let me look at this closer, because what I was assuming when I saw it was that this was like a Counter-Strike. And once they hit it and bounce back, you can fly through them. I don't know, might be wrong, but still, seems like it could be something to take an interest into. I just like looking at this because it's so freaking cool the way he wall runs. Also, here, if you notice, you take a look at the health bars, because through most of this, you don't see any of the bars change. But here, he has lost health. So, I don't know if they did that on purpose, or if in between that, when they cut, because you saw where it was a jump cut, he might have gotten hit by a rock because somebody was playing horribly, and he lost a little health. Also, flow motion. And here, I'm wondering if you will have to stun the enemy before you can do that, or what would you need to do in order to do this freaking attraction flow summoning here, because there's no bar for it. And back when you see the demos, there was like a name for it above the command, I believe, but now you don't see it. I think the command changed altogether. Now you don't see it. Also, nothing has moved over there on the command list, so I'm assuming that they just haven't built that into the game yet to make this change, because see, it all stays the same. But pay close attention. Right there, Donald and Goofy's faces shake a little bit. So I'm wondering what that is about, because they weren't anywhere to be seen. Maybe it's like when you use a form and Donald and Goofy disappear into the form. Maybe that's why they shook a little bit, because you were doing the attraction flow, and them being a part of it made it shake. Also, I didn't just pause here just to say that. Back there, you can see Rapunzel's tower. So this here, with all the grassland and everything, is the Tangled world. I don't know why I started to call it the Frozen world. Oh, goodness. I know I'm going to have to deal with Frozen in the game. Don't really want to, though. But anyway, you can tell that this is the Tangled world. And also, Sora has a different costume here, so this takes place later in the game. Because earlier you saw Sora's regular attire, and I'm wondering if, you know, just an if, during that segment of the game, Sora still has his dry forms or not. Because I'm pretty sure he probably won't have dry forms in this game. But I was wondering, maybe in the beginning, he keeps them. Because see, here is where the Keyblade transformations come in. And you notice that he didn't do any transformations before the new outfit. So I'm assuming that at the beginning of the game, you won't be able to do that. Also, another thing to note, because you were in a regular outfit during Hercules' world, that probably comes way before this one. Or not even way before it, but it will be before it. Also, this type of cannon or whatnot reminds me of the weapon that freaking the Lingering Will has in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Just when he transforms it and blasts at you, that's kind of what it reminds me of. Also, different Keyblade. Now I'll go back in a bit to see if this one resembles the first one. And see, there's another one. But something that you can notice here flip. Thought I heard something extra. Only one of his keyblades seems to be doing certain things. Like every time he summons something, it's been with that keyblade. Well, any of these rides. Also, this transformation here, if you look right before it, if I can slowly bring this back. Right before the transformation, slowly, slowly. Dang it, come on. Just slightly. Slightly move. Slightly move. Dang it is hard to see. Give me a second. I'm getting to it. Ah, there we go. This is the Keyblade that he had a couple of seconds ago, which is a different one from the other one. And what I'm assuming is that you will probably unlock this Keyblade after you do the Olympus world. Olympus? Yes, Olympus. Because when it transforms, it's all lightning bolts. And when you look closely, that is Zeus in the design. Then it changes. It looks like clouds and lightning. And Hercules' emblem right there on the side. And with a all light version of Pegasus. Also, that looks really cool. And then we move back to this.
At lamp shall darkness prevail and light expire. And
you get another look at these chess pieces, which are kind of hard to tell from the side. That one I do not know, though. That one's weird.
It's already been written.
Then he looks up, and you see the Keyblade that he has as an old man. A bald old man. I don't know what happened to his hair. Maybe we'll figure that out. But look at the way it looks. It's surrounded by other Keyblades. That's an interesting design, which kind of says this thing was probably designed for it. So it's been hanging up there for quite some time. That's what I'm assuming. Either that or whoever owns it is a bit of a prick. Anyway.
Who's to say I can't change it? And maybe light will...
And at that point, I'm guessing it's not his. I mean, when we played Dream Drop Distance, he had a different Keyblade, which I think is actually cooler than that one. Anyway, moving on. From what you can see here, because it's still hard to look at these things well, you can see Sayax's little circle emblem right there with all the spikes on it. I guess it was a moon, wasn't it? Also, you can see Vanitas' emblem behind it. You can see freaking, what was that guy's name? Oh, I can't think of his name. It'll come to me. The guy with the dice and the cards. That's his stuff behind that. So, I can now think of his name. Anyway, we know that he will be one of the bad guys later. Because, you know, you didn't get to see what happened to most of the organization members after they turned back, or where they went.
There's more.
Also, he put Sora's piece up there when he took that one.
You might be surprised.
So if I could get a better look at that freaking piece,
I hope so.
I'd be able to tell exactly who it was, because it's somebody who Sora defeated, obviously. And then you have Xehanort's right there in the front, and Sora's right here in the front as well on the other side. And then in that corner you see Riku's. See, you get a closer look here at the dice as well. And now let me take this back just a little bit. Well, a lot. Because what I want to look at was the freaking beginning of the trailer.
Peggy 12.
We know Peggy's 12, 16, multiple ages. I want to look at the Keyblade from back here, so give me a second.
Never heard of him.
Because I just thought about this while I was looking at it. Yeah, I believe that's the same one he has later. This one, however, I believe that's the one that I was talking about from the Olympus level. But see, they both do separate stuff. Yeah, that's the same one. See, every time he does an attraction, he has that Keyblade. So I'm wondering if those certain attractions are set to that Keyblade. See, there it is again. And here, you see him transform that Keyblade. And the thing is, his blasters take on the design of that Keyblade. So, that means these are probably specific to that Keyblade. That's what I'm saying. All his transformations are probably Keyblade specific. So this one probably just makes guns. See, and that's the other one. That's probably the one I'd use more because it's cooler. See, and every time he switches back to doing an attraction, it's that same Keyblade again. I like that slide right there. Now this is almost like the way he shoots stuff in freaking wisdom form. Except spinning and in the air. It reminds me of Dante from Devil May Cry. Which, by the way, shameless plug, I will be playing Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition on the channel when it comes out in, goodness, like 6 days. Okay. Anyway, see, you don't get a good look if you're not paying close attention. But here, he's obviously using that blue Keyblade again. Because he has the blasters in his hand. See, if you don't pay really close attention, you might think that he's shooting them with a Keyblade and using spells or something. No, it's the blasters. That's all I want to say, see? Take a really close look. Those are the blasters again. Then those freaking awesome teacups. That's probably going to be my favorite attraction. And right here, you see switch back to the other Keyblade, which then forms the chariot.
On that land shall darkness prevail and light expire. The future, it's already been written.
And the funny thing about Xehanort is, the way that he's speaking, it's as if he doesn't have any will of his own. He's just following a script.
There's more to light than meets the eye. You might be surprised. Oh, I hope so.
And see, the way he said that makes it seem as if he doesn't actually want to be the bad guy. I'm just saying, Xehanort might not actually be a villain. He might just think in his own mind that he's playing his role. You know what I mean? If he truly believes that darkness is supposed to be taking over and prevailing over the light, if this is truly a destiny tale that's written down somewhere, that's been passed down, then he's probably just playing his role, is what I believe. Because he doesn't seem like a bad guy. And that's just how I feel. That's what I think about the trailer. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'm going to rewind it and watch it one more time just because we can sweep through it, see if we see anything that was missed.
Have you heard of the ancient Keyblade War?
Yeah, the Master's favorite story.
So, you know the Lost Masters. They're the ones who started the Keyblade War.
Never heard of them.
You can drop the facade.
Also, didn't point this out. If you look to the right there, you can see the gate to to something Olympus-like. Because I don't think that's exactly the gate to Olympus, because you're dropping down. Obviously, it would be higher on the mountain, not lower. But I'm just saying, you can see it there. And this place looks really nice and really vast. And with the way he's dropping, that means that the world might not have to cut and load like it used to. I hope it doesn't. I mean, it's on PS4, so it shouldn't have to. Also, I watched the freaking E3 spotlight and I saw that when when you hit the things with the spores, when it lands, it becomes new enemies. The Dandelion Heartless. Because when I originally watched the trailer, I wasn't paying close attention and I was like, why is he just standing there? But when I rewatched it, I saw it. And then watched Tetsuya Nomura and he said something about it. Also, struggle poster. The struggle is still real. And the struggle is so real that they couldn't even fully fix the wall. They just put some bricks behind it. But anyway, that's the hole. The hole in the wall.
On that land shall darkness prevail and light expire. The future, it's already been written.
Yeah, everything he says is literally a quote. He's never really said anything original.
Who's to say I can't change it? And maybe light will prevail. There's more to light than meets the eye. You might be surprised.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, the way he said that, it doesn't seem like he actually wants darkness to prevail. He wants to see the light win. He wants a different outcome. So, that gets me thinking maybe he's using Orochimaru tactics. You know how Orochimaru does the whole switching bodies thing all the time? Maybe that wasn't originally Xehanort. Just saying. If he knows all this ancient stuff, just maybe it's not him. Just saying. It's funny how I paused it right before it was actually at the end, so it paused itself. But I'm hoping there's nothing like that. I'm hoping that that is the original Xehanort, because I don't want us to be going down the line of how many bodies I switched to get to this point. That irritates me. But yeah, this is the analysis. Oh my goodness, it took longer than I thought it would. I'm glad you guys watched it, and I will see you next time. Peace out.